So this time we'll go for a call, apply, and a bind methods. Okay, so there are three utility methods are there where we are going to use. Let us understand one example here. Okay, so I am going to have one object here. So do you know how to create one object normally? I can create a one object. So here I'm creating a one person object, and person, what are the properties are available? First name, last name, and I will say print name something. Okay. Whenever I'm printing my name, I want to print my two values. Okay. Clear? Okay. Now, where is this method is available? Print name is available where? Inside the P. Okay. Inside. So there is a another object I am creating, P1. Okay. So what is the common between these two properties? If you remember, first name and last name is common, but there is no property for this. There is no function. There is no function in the print name. Suppose I want to I want to print my name. Okay. How to print my name? I'll say P dot print name. Okay. Something like this. And so it will return this. It is returning the value. So let us write a console.log also. Okay. So console.log. So what is the value console.log? First name or last name? Let us see what is the output. We are going to get it. Okay. So we are getting a Trinits technology. Correct, right? Okay. So this is fine because this P, inside the P, there is a method is also available. That's the reason we are able to call it. Okay. Now I want to call the same method for P2. I will say P2.printName. Is there any print name inside the P1? You tell me, is there any print name inside the P1? Is there any function? No. Whenever there is no function, if you are going to call it, you are going to get an error or not. Okay. We are going to get an error. It is saying print name function is not a function. It is not available inside the P1. We are getting error or not? Okay. But my requirement is very, very simple. I want to print the same, like I want to print my data also same like this, something like this. Okay. But I don't want to, so I can rewrite it, no problem at all. I can copy this method and I can paste it. Okay. Now if I am going to reload p1.data, I'm going to get this output right. But so as per the software, what is the first problem we have to do it? We should avoid the duplicate. Correct, right? So that is the reason I am removing the duplicate. Now that is fine. But I want to call that method. Okay. This is like a, I want to borrow, suppose I want to make one biryani for 10 people. I don't have a vessel that much. Okay. But my neighbor is having that vessel. So I'll go and ask that vessel and I will cook it and we'll eat. Then finally we'll return that vessel to them. Okay. So here this second object want to borrow the method from the first object and print the data. And after that, that is okay. You know, need to do like this. Okay. So if your requirement is something like this, then we have to go for these concepts. Okay. So first is a call, second is a apply, third is a bind. You understood, right? We want to call the other object methods by using our data. Okay. We want to cook biryani using our things only, our rice, our everything is ours only, but only vessel is theirs. Something like this. In the object also, we want to print all our data only, but using their function. Something, then we'll go for a call and apply. Let us see. So this time what we have to do here, we will say, what is my first object name? P1 dot. Okay. I will say print name. Okay. Print name dot call. Okay. P. Sorry. P dot print name dot P1. Okay. So here we are going to do some syntax here. Very, very simple. So now I want to call this function using my data. Okay. So that is the reason. First, let us see where is the data is available inside the P object. Let us say P dot. Okay. What is the method name you want to call it? Print name. Okay. Print name. Please do not add this brackets. This is very, very important. Okay. Don't add this bracket. Okay. Dot. And then I'll say call. Okay. Call. So using what data you want to print your output? P1. Okay. I will say P1. Okay. Something like this. Okay. Now if you see here, there is no print name function inside the P object, but we are going to print these two values using the P1 object. Let us see. So if I am going to reload the data, what is the output? Nani, something. Okay, but there is have we copied any method? No, we are not at all copied. All the data is available in the p1 only, something like this. Okay, so this concept is nothing but a call. So what is a call? When we are going to use a call, ma? If you want to call a other object method, then we can go for a call. So this call will return a suppose I want to store this value, ma. This I want to store this value. Let res is equal to, and I can print this res, console.log of res. So this call is going to return a value. Whatever this method is going to return, that value this call will return. Okay, clear? Okay. And suppose then I want to do the same thing with apply also is there, right? I want to, so instead of removing this call, simply write apply. Okay, apply. Let us see what is the difference. We are going to get it. See, is there any difference here, ma? No difference at all. So both call and apply, both are for same purpose only. Then what is the major difference? Okay, the major difference is only after this it is going to come. Okay, suppose if this method is taking one argument. Okay, what is the argument? It is taking age also. Okay, and I want to print this age also here. I will say age, something like that. Now this method is taking what argument? Age. Whenever your method is taking an argument, now I need to call the call method, right? Earlier, how many arguments I am passing? Only one. Now I need to say p1 comma 20. So this p1 is nothing but my data, and this 20 is nothing but argument to this function. So now we are going to print like a p1 dot age something. Okay, let us reload the page again. Okay, if you see Nani and something 20 is there. Now we are getting right. Okay, and suppose I want to take another argument also. Suppose salary also. Okay, now again I can say what I can do. I'll say print salary. Now tell me where I have to pass the argument in the bottom. I will say 30,000, something like this. Okay, now tell me where is this 20 will go and map to the age, where is this 30,000 will go and map salary, and where this original data will apply from the p1 object. Okay, this is the one. Suppose I want to do the same thing with the apply. Okay, so let us see here again. I will say call. I'm going to say let res1 is equal to p dot. Okay, so the apply is, see the difference, apply and call. Whenever we are going to call, how we are passing our arguments one by one, one by one, one by one. Okay, but whenever in the apply method, how we are passing our arguments array. If you see how many arguments we are passing for entire to this argument, only two. One is a object, second is a array. This is the only difference between the call and apply. Whenever you want to pass the array as an argument, then which method you can go for? Apply. Whenever you want to pass individual argument, then which method you can go for? Call. This is the major difference between the call. But both purpose, what purpose? To call the other class methods, other object methods. Then we can go for a call and apply. Okay, so these two things are done. Now there is a third person is there. Okay, what is the third person? There is a bind is there. So this bind is also same only, ma. Okay, this bind purpose also same. I want to call the other object method, but not immediately. Okay, but if you see here, whenever you are calling apply, you are getting output immediately or not? We are getting the output immediately. Console.log res1. So whenever I'm reloading my page, immediately I'm getting the response. But sometimes what you want to do, you don't want to execute that method immediately. After some time, I want to execute it. Okay. So suppose after clicking the button, I want to execute it. I don't want right now. After the clicking the button only, I want to execute it. Okay. In such cases, then we have to go for a bind. Okay. Let us see what is the bind we are going to write. Bind also same. I'm going to write like a p dot. Okay. Print name dot bind. Okay. So bind here. Let us remove this one. So this is a normal. We are reading it. Let us see what is the result. Let res 2. Okay. So and let us see the what is the value. So now tell me what is the answer we are going to get it. Bind also we are calling same p120 comma 30 because two arguments is there. So if you are going to reload this page, okay. So let us see. I'm going to print the rest. Okay. Let us see. So what is the third one? It is printing it a function. What is the third one? It is printing a function. Okay. So the bind function, the bind method return type is a function, but call and apply return type is a value, not the function. Okay. Whenever we are returning the function, when can we execute that function? You execute whenever you require it. Okay. Suppose I want to execute it after some time, after 1 hour, you can execute. Okay. Suppose now I want to execute it, then how can I execute it? Res of 2 something. Suppose this is my, if it is storing a function, then I can execute like a res of 2. Okay. So let us see here what we are going to get it. See. Okay, res 2 bind method. Okay. Okay, I need to store one data. Let us store, let or I can directly write a console.log of rest, because whatever it is returning a value, I want to print it. See, third time will also come. Okay, so like this, whenever you want to execute some method immediately, then you can go for a which method? Call and apply. What is the major difference between call and apply? Call will take only individual arguments, separate arguments. Apply will take the arrays argument. That's all. There is no difference at all. Okay, sir, where we will use this difference? So I will give one example. Suppose you are writing a math.max. Okay, math.max. So where is this max method is available? Max method is available in the class. So I can use a apply function and I can write a null, and second I can pass a direct array itself. Instead of using these arguments, I can use like a method. Let us try to identify some real example. I want to find the some data. Let a is equal to array. Okay, 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50, something like this. Okay, I want to find the maximum value. How to find a maximum value? Math data max of so suppose your constraint is don't use the spread operator, then how we are going to do? Okay, simple. So this math data max is available in a where some other class. Now I can use my apply bind knowledge and I can finish this one. Okay, so let me try to do this one. Okay, so what is the method name? My method name max data apply. So and how many arguments it will take? 2 arguments, right? So first I need to give which object data I want to do it. Here I will say null. Null means I don't have any object, so that is the reason I will give a null. And what is the second object I want to give it? Array. Array only I have to give it, right? So that is the reason I will say math.max.apply. So what this will return? It will return the maximum value. Let x or max is equal to, okay, let us store the value something. So now see, same apply function where we are applying for math data max also. Let us go and reload the page. So 50 is the biggest value. Suppose you want to use the call function, then how we are going to do it here, ma? You cannot pass like this. If you are going to pass array, call will not work out. Okay, let us see what we are going to do. Nani number, right? Because it will not work out. So call always it will take what arguments? Array separate argument. Then you have to write like a dot. What it will do? It will separate the each element from array and it will pass it. That is the is. Okay. Let's save it and reload the page. See 50. Okay. Something like this. You can use a call and apply. So this call and apply, we will use it more, very more. Okay. Call, apply, bind. Whenever we are writing event handling, at the event handling, we are going to use a bind method. Okay. So inside the event handling, which method we are going to use a bind method.